Yeah, and they're saying gaming is dead, right? No great games are coming, right? That's what I was told. That's what I've been hearing for years now. But for some reason at these Game Fest showcase and state of plays, I keep seeing things I want to play. So I am not buying that stale ass narrative that people are spitting out, especially on YouTube. It's literally hot shit. I'm gonna stick to announcements, not things that we already knew of, just the freshness. High on Life 2. Now, admittedly, I didn't play the first one. I've always had an interest in playing the first one, especially because it's related to Rick and Morty, and I am a big little Rick and Morty fan. So I really need to play this game. The fact that your gun is sentient, that alone really perks my interest. It's just that I'm more into the RPGs and the big adventure games, why I haven't given this little shooter a chance. The trailer revealing part 2 looks just as crazy and just as zany as the other one. Everyone that I know that played High on Life, highly recommend I get high on life, of course, and play the first one. I've heard nothing but good things about it. So this trailer was amazing. There's just one little thing that bugged me about the trailer, and that was the rendered gameplay instead of showing actual gameplay. That is a little pet peeve that I have when looking at gameplay videos. But nonetheless, I thought this looked pretty good at the show. Aphelion. Now, this is a game I believe is from Don't Nod. So I think this will have a nice coat of pedigree on it come launch day. Now, I really love sci-fi a lot. It's pretty much my favorite genre when it comes to pretty much anything. So I was immediately put on by the fact that we have a stranded individual that is looking for a loved one. I feel like the trailer showcased the gameplay in this game very well. There's a lot of action, so even though it seems like it's a survival type action adventure game, there seems to be a certain chaotic somberness when it comes to the search. Everything looks cold and dangerous on this isolated planet, and you are alone. The closest thing I've ever played to this was probably Death Stranding 1 and the horror known as Subnautica. I am looking forward to playing this and surviving. All right, this next one, Mudang Two Hearts. This was a very cinematic trailer. I do like when trailers present their story in a very theatrical way, just enough to reel me in and then slap on the gameplay. The fact that you're playing as two different protagonists, one being a defenseless girl and the other one being a soldier that is armed to the nine, it just looks really good. The catastrophe has already happened. There seems to be bio warfare going on. There seems to be a lot of conspiracies as well. And I can't wait to sink my teeth into this game. I would love to see more. The gameplay that they showed during the trailer was very engaging, and I have a feeling that this game is gonna be on the top tier of games to play. Renaissance: A Plague Tale Legacy. The original Plague Tale I absolutely adore. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to play the second one. There are a ton of games. My backlog is filled with probably hundreds at this point. I love the look of the main protagonist, even though they didn't show too much of her. But that's a good thing because it's kind of alluring for me. I actually want to know what's going on here and how it relates back to A Plague Tale 2. I get a little bit of prequel vibes, but I don't know. I think the time frame is a little bit further according to the architecture that I saw in the trailer. This dev team is very good at making visual effects that make my skin crawl. The tech that they use to show a horde of rats is quite terrifying, so I can't wait to see what they put in this new game. Oh man, Super Meat Boy 3D. I loved the original Super Meat Boy, or just Meat Boy. Meat Boy is trying to save Bandit Girl. We know the story. It kind of reminds me of Super Mario 3D World or 3D Land, which is a very good thing, because as we know now it's in 3D, as the titles say, so we should get a little bit more graphics. I love how they kept in the original concept of showing all your deaths at the same time. I think it's fantastic. I can't wait to try and fail. I know I'm gonna love every second of it. Super Meat Boy was very addicting, and I feel like this new installment will be equally as addicting. I'm very glad that this made it into the showcase. It is not a small game. Meat Boy is great. Beast of Reincarnation. So as we all know, this is from the devs that develop Pokemon. To see such a beautiful showcase with their new debut, I am very excited. I must admit the game reminds me a little bit of Wild Hearts, just a little bit. I didn't get too much into that game, even as a die-hard Monster Hunter fan. Nonetheless, I felt like this trailer was very, very good. The organic beasts are a bit intimidating to me, but in a good way. I can't wait to see what our main protagonist is capable of. She looks pretty badass. And we have a canine companion in the form of a wolf. Love the look of the world. I just can't wait to see more. To be honest, I don't know quite what it is. It looks like it's going to be more on the adventure side. So this game is quite intriguing, if I must say. One of my favorite things shown over the past couple of showcases / shows, Clockwork Revolution. I am a major Bioshock. I wanted to say BioWare. Can't resist. Well, old BioWare, I guess. But anyway, I've played all the Bioshock games and all the DLC to go along with them. So this game hits the nail right on the head for what I want out of a shooter adventure game. Now, I must admit, the first time I saw the reveal trailer, I wasn't too interested in it. You know, so I'm never gonna count that reveal trailer because I don't think it did a good job. This to me is the first debut because this put it on my map. It's added to my wish list for sure. They showed so much in the trailer, from where the story is going, character creation, customizing weapons, and just the sheer craziness of the gameplay. And it also looks like you'll be doing a little bit of negotiating when it comes to the pricks of the town, which I really, really dig. I can't wait to roughhouse people in this game. I just have a feeling that we're gonna be able to just kind of elbow our way into whatever deal we want to, or into whatever scenario we desire, which is a very, very good thing. There seems to be a lot of variety here. I especially like the animatronics of this thing. It just looks great. There's a little like short little Englishman looking guy with the green on, with the big bulby eyes. I love that little guy. He looks adorable. I can't wait to see what he does in the game. I am over the moon for this one. This is actually one of my favorites of the whole show. Yeah, I can't wait to see more of this. So Xbox announced that they have a new handheld, and I'm actually not that interested. For some reason, I can't really get into the whole Steam Deck, the Lenovo Legion, the ROG Ally. I even skipped the launch of the Switch 2 because of one thing. This thing, the G Cloud. Now, I've been using this thing for a little while now, and I honestly play this more than I actually play the actual consoles, because streaming games to this thing is just top tier. I have no need for any portable anything. I don't really game outside of my house, so my Wi-Fi network covers all my gaming needs. The battery life on this thing is like 12 hours compared to 4 or 5 hours from those devices. So I only charge this thing once every couple of days, and it lasts a good long time. Very, very comfortable, very ergonomic. This thing right here, I think it's a win. So kudos to Xbox for finally having a portable gaming experience. Even though Xbox is everywhere, kudos to you, Xbox. Now, there was also the Summer Game Fest. I'm just gonna combine it into one video. I really like what I saw of Mortal Shell 2, especially because I wasn't too much into part 1. I tried the game, it was on Game Pass for a while, and I just couldn't get into it. I don't know, it just didn't jive with me. The trailer shown for part 2, I feel like they went all out. The main thing that I really like about this trailer was the fact that they showed the variety and diversity of enemies. Absolutely incredible. These enemies look so good. I just want to fight every last one of them. I think this is going to be one of those games that come out and gets a lot of attention. At least I hope it does, because I feel like the trailer was a very, very, very good showcase of what's to come. Can't wait to see more Mortal Shell 2. Atomic Heart 2. I really like the aesthetic of the Atomic Heart universe, and I'll admit I didn't get a chance to play Atomic Heart Part 1. I heard it was a decent game, nothing great, just a decent game. But the trailer that they showed for Atomic Heart Part 2 was one of the best trailers that was showcased. I really like the aesthetic of everything. The tech looks highly conceptualized, very clean, yet kind of functional looking. There was some weird things going on, like 3D printing a whale and then shipping that whale off to an animated hand that just kind of grabs the capsule and pull it in. I really like the visuals of this trailer, and I have to play part 1 before part 2 comes out because this game looks bonkers. It looks nuts, and it's not really in like an immature way, like kind of like Borderlands or whatever, but I feel like there are going to be moments in this game that make me laugh very hard, like unexpected moments. So I'm really looking forward to Atomic Hearts 2 whenever that drops. If you played the first one, let me know in the comment section below. Infinitesimals. This reminds me of the Ants movie in a good way. I really like the fact that you are a ant size or insect size hero that has crash landed from outer space, and you are using your technology to wage war on other aliens and insects. I think this is going to be one of those sleeper hits that a lot of people don't really expect, but it looks very unique in my opinion. Yes, it kind of reminds me of Grounded 2. I know that was at the Xbox showcase, not really interested in that game, but this seems more like a single player adventure, and I'm more into single player than multiplayer, so I dig what I saw here. I really like the tech in this game, man. Coming from little ant aliens, I think this looks pretty damn good. Stranger Than Heaven. This game is coming from the Yakuza people, so we know firsthand that there will be a lot of bust-assing in this game. Can't wait for it. I love the fact that it takes place in the old school Japan. It looks like it's probably from the 50s or 60s. I just like the overall tone of this trailer. I can't wait to get into it. And it's a damn shame because I still haven't played Infinite Wealth, even though I love Like a Dragon. I haven't had time to play the sequel, but this game in this trailer looks fantastic. Very action heavy. You're still beating ass just like normal, and it looks great. So happy to see this at the showcase. End of Abyss. Yes. This is probably one of my favorite horror-esque games. My second favorite horror. I'm gonna talk about my first one in a bit, but this game looks like they took the character of Little Nightmares, got rid of the 2D, gave us an isometric view and a Glock 9, and it works. It works because what you're fighting in this game looks like it's made of pure nightmaric horror. This looks like a very isolating experience. I know it's an isometric twin stick shooter, but I feel like this game is gonna make your skin crawl just because the enemies are so horrifying. The trailer is very atmospheric, just like Little Nightmares. So I can't wait to give this a deep dive whenever it comes out. Little games have a tendency to be just as scary as the big ones, but no one ever notices it. So I can't wait to play this. Now, my number one horrific game showed at any showcase was Ill. This game called Ill is terrifying in a very good way. Underneath it, I'll put Silent Hill F, just for my horror fans. I'm trying to get into the horror genre. I'm trying to build up my courage, and I'm gonna get there. But Ill looks ill. It looks amazing. The enemies, the way they move, and the way they animate when you're shooting them. Yes, it's a first-person shooter, so you know when that bullet hits that shoulder, they react accordingly, and I love that. Love the visuals in here. The graphics look really, really good and really, really grotesque, and I really, really like it. The fact that you can punt a baby zombie is just fantastic. It's just fantastic. I can't wait to see more of this. I have no idea what the story is about. I have no idea what's going on, but this trailer really intrigued me. So the next one, I'm not gonna really consider it horror, even though it 100% is horror. It's probably the best horror franchise in gaming. That is Resident Evil. And they showed Resident Evil 9 Requiem at the showcase. And I'm not gonna lie, at first glance, watching this trailer for the first minute or so, I thought this was gonna be something totally different. Aside from the look of the female character, the main protagonist, I didn't get any vibes of Resident Evil. The way they presented the story was so well done that honestly, I didn't know what it was. And I was happy it was actually Resident Evil because I liked Resident Evil 8 and Resident Evil 7 and all the other Resident Evils, except for 6. I didn't really like 6. But this game looked like it's going to be amazing. We are at the blast zone. There's a lot going on here, and I do not have any fear that Capcom will fail us when it comes to delivering this game. I know this game is going to be good, given what I've played with 7 and 8, the most recent installments, and I can't wait to see more Resident Evil Requiem. And I like the name, Resident Evil 9 Requiem. I think it's just great. These guys at Capcom, they know what they're doing, so I have no doubts whatsoever. The last game at the showcase that I want to talk about, and this was shown, I believe, at the very beginning, which I thought was a stupid thing to do at Summer Games Fest Showcase, right? The Expanse Osiris Reborn. This is very important to all my Mass Effect fans out there. This is going to be a third-person shooter action RPG that is going to be very similar to the series that we adore called Mass Effect. I am over the moon about this game. The trailer, I watched it around 3 times so far. I love everything except one little thing. That little thing is that there's no aliens, and I believe that's because the original source material, The Expanse, the book, and the show, I don't think they have all the alien races, which is okay. That's fine. That's fine. Because the game is being made by Owlcat. Since Baldur's Gate, I've been keeping a keen eye on CRPGs. I've given a couple of them a try and they didn't really stick, including Pathfinder. It just didn't stick with me. But given what I have played, I know these people know how to handle a story very well. So I am really excited to see what takes place with this game. The fact that we get a sci-fi RPG that has squaddy mates in it, that has a deep, enriching story, because they can pull from the books and the TV show, I think that's top tier hype for me. The only thing that I'm worried about with this game is that this developer, they're used to making games that are isometric CRPG types. So transitioning over to third-person action with a cover system, I don't know how they're gonna gel it, but I have confidence given from what I've played from their previous titles. From Rogue Trader to the Pathfinder series, I feel like this dev knows what they're doing. So this is gonna be a hitter that I think, or at least I hope, is gonna be a hitter. But yeah, this was probably my favorite trailer shown. It just hits all my buttons. So that's my list. Please head down to the comment section below. If you've been keeping up with all these showcases, let me know what you thought about all the trailers. What were your favorites? What were your least favorites? I know I didn't mention a lot of stuff for the sake of time, but a lot was shown. Gaming is far from dead because our backlogs are constantly haunting us more than any horror in our lives as gamers. We know it. I'm playing like 3 games at the same time right now. Yes, it's kind of terrifying. I don't know how you can say there's nothing to play. You're a goddamn liar. You are, or unless you're just a scamoosian that doesn't like anything. I don't know what to tell you at this point. But anyway, for those of you who have no idea who I am, my name is Jahbu Ori, a lifelong artist that loves to talk about the visuals in games. From here on out, I'm probably gonna come back when I finish a game to give my full rundown of the game, especially the game aesthetics. For those who would like to see my work, you can head over to my website, jahbu.com, and have a gander. I have all sorts of things up on there, and it's work from the last 5 or 6 years or so. I hope you have a good time looking at my body of work. For those of you who are on social media, you can simply follow me at JAHBU_ART. I'm becoming more and more active on Instagram again. So good things are happening. Again, leave your comments in the comment section below. I read all the comments and I love all the comments, at least most of them, if you're not an asshole. So yeah. Until next time, my wonderful, powerful, amazing people. One love. Peace.